Peace be upon you. How are you, my dears? Grade 4. Hope you are fine. Today we will start Unit 2. Okay. What will study? What will we study in Unit 2? We will study a geometry. Okay. What will geometry contains? The first lesson is congruency. Congruency. Repeat after me. Symmetry. Symmetry. And the third lesson is visual pattern. Visual pattern. Okay. What's the meaning of congruency? Congruency means, in the simple way, a copy shape. A copy shape or the same shape. Okay. Two polygons are congruent if there are two conditions to say these congruent shapes or their congruent polygons. Remember polygons? Okay. What's the conditions of them? The same side, the same angle. The same side, their corresponding sides are equal in length, their corresponding angles are equal in measure. Okay, but the conditions is the same side, the same angle. Okay, so I can told you that A, B, C, D, E congruent to. There are a new sign. What is this sign? Congruent to. Congruent to. Repeat after me. I write congruent to by 3 dashes. Okay? Congruent to. Congruent to copy the shape. To copy the shape in the same arrange, in the same way, in the same symbol. A, B, C, D, E. In the same arrange. X, Y, Z, L, M. So I can say AB equal XY and CD equal ZL and DE equal LM, and the measuring of angle A equal measuring of angle X, measuring of angle B, measuring of angle equal measuring of angle Y, and so on. Okay, when I write polygons in the same way, I can told you the equals of sides and angles. Okay, the first thing in congruency, congruent squares. Congruent squares. I can say A, B, C, D congruent to X, Y, Z, L when AB equal Z, X, Y. Okay, two squares are congruent if the side length of one of them equal to the other. Why? Because when I told you AB equal XY, the all sides in the square are equal. So A, B, C, D, all the square congruent to X, Y, Z, L. By the same way, okay, in rectangle, congruent rectangle, when I told you two rectangles are congruent if the two dimensions of one of them equal the dimensions of other. What's the meaning of dimension? Remember, dimensions mean length and width. Remember, length and width. Okay, when dimension in the first equal dimension of the second, I can told you that this rectangle congruent to this rectangle. Okay. Congruent triangle. When I told you that all sides in this triangle equal these sides in the other triangle, okay, I can told that this triangle congruent to this triangle A, B, C, congruent to what? D, E, F. Remember, in the same way, in the same arrange, in the same way, in the same arrange, in the triangle, when the sides are equal to the other, so they are due to angles equal L angles. Okay, congruency question. Okay, Miss Sarah, what's the questions in congruency? The first question is what the congruent shapes in these shapes? With me, say with me. 1 is congruent to what? Excellent, 5. And congruent to what again? Excellent, 9. 1 with 5 with 9. 2 is congruent or copy to the what? 6, excellent. And another shape what? Excellent, 7. Okay, again, 4 is congruent or copy to what? Yes, super, to 8 and congruent to 3. Okay, the second question. In the following congruent shapes, okay, there is a congruent shape. Who will tell me mn equal to what? mn mn equal to what? T, excellent, t z. Okay, o p from o to p, to, so from y to x, sorry, x, in the same way, in the same arrange. Okay, measuring of angle m. See with me, angle m equal to measuring of angle t, excellent, measuring of angle t. Measuring of angle o equal to measuring of angle y, and so on. Okay, in the another question. Okay, A, B, C congruent to M and L. Measuring of angle M. This is different between this sign congruent to and equal. Okay, equal and congruent. Measuring of angle M. Measuring of angle M congruent to measuring of angle. Measuring of angle, yes, B. Okay, measuring of angle A. Measuring of angle A congruent to measuring of angle, yes, N. Measuring of angle C congruent to measuring of angle L, and so on. When he told me in this question, measuring of angle B equal, not congruent, equal how many degree, I can write the degree. Measuring of angle B equal measuring of angle M equal 100 degree. You know the difference? When he told me equal and degree, I write number, but congruent, I write the angle of another shape. Okay, BC, this equal how many centimeter? BC equal LM or ML, BC equal ML equal 5 centimeter. Okay, try to solve another questions. In these triangles, measuring of angle M equal degree, equal what or how many degree, not congruent. Okay, this is the difference between congruent and equal. Equal degree, measuring of angle M, this measuring of angle M measuring of angle M equal to the measuring of angle C. Measuring of angle C is 70. Okay, measuring of angle N equal how many degree? Measuring of angle N congruent to measuring of angle A. How can I give him angle A? Remember angle A equal 180 minus bracket 50 plus 70 equal what? 50 plus 70, 120. 180 minus 120 equal 60 degree. يبقى measuring of angle N congruent to measuring of angle A equal 60 degree. Measuring of angle L equal measuring of angle B equal 50. Okay, another example. Okay, if triangle ABC congruent to triangle XYZ, XZ, there is a Z here, okay? XZ congruent to XZA, C equal how many centimeter? 3 centimeter. XY in the same arrange, AB equal 4 centimeter. The perimeter of ABC, okay, I can get CB equal what? Z. Excellent. Y equal 6 centimeter. Okay. يبقى perimeter of A, B, C equal 3 plus 4 plus 6 equal what? Equal, excellent, 13 centimeter. Okay, the questions can give meet in complete, okay, complete questions. Two polygons are congruent if their corresponding sides are, excellent, equal in length and their corresponding angles are equal in measure. Okay. Two squares are congruent if the side length of one of them is equal. Okay. Two rectangles of side lengths of other. Okay. Two rectangles are congruent if two dimensions of one of them are, excellent, equal again. Any two triangles are congruent if each side is congruent to its corresponding side in the other triangle. Okay. A diagonal of rectangle divided it into two congruent, excellent, congruent triangles. Remember rectangle, remember diagonal is this triangle congruent to this diagonal divided rectangle into two congruent triangle. Okay. If A, B, C congruent to triangle RST, then angle B, don't draw or anything. From this angle B equal or congruent to angle, yes, S. If triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF, then BC in the same arrange, EF, excellent. EF, okay. The questions may be, tell me, draw congruent shape. Remember, how can I draw the congruent shape? Okay, in this paper, there are a small squares. Are you see it? Small squares, okay? I start to count these small squares. From this point, for example, from this point, okay? I can count these squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make a point. From this point, I count 5 again and stop, okay? Okay. From this to this, there is a line, but not straight. I can make a line straight and this, okay, by pencil, a light line, okay? I can make it and make a point and reach this point to this point. Try to draw in the booklet or book, okay, to draw any congruent shape by count the small squares, and start. I want you to start from the straight lines, okay? Start from the straight lines, and when I reach to this line, okay, I make a heavy, okay, I make a light line to this to make this line, okay? The second lesson is called symmetry. Symmetry. What's the meaning of symmetry? Symmetry, to divide the shape into two congruent shapes. Okay? The line that divides the shape into two same parts, this is called symmetry. Symmetry, like what? This these shapes, okay, divided into two congruent shapes, okay? This is called symmetry axis or symmetrical axis, okay? Symmetry line, okay? There are shapes to keep. I want you keep these shapes and how many symmetry lines, okay? Lines of symmetry, this is the lines divided the shape into congruent shapes, okay? Okay, the song to be easy to skip these shapes, okay? Scalene, parallelogram, trapezium, zero. Scalene, parallelogram, trapezium, zero. Repeat after me this song to make easy keeping, okay? Scalene, parallelogram, trapezium, zero. Any isosceles 1. Any isosceles 1 means isosceles triangle and isosceles trapezium is one symmetry or lines or line of symmetry, okay? Any isosceles 1. Any R2. R beginning rhombus, R for rectangle, okay? R for rhombus and rectangle. Any R2. Any R2, okay? Equilateral 3. Equilateral 3. Again, scalene triangle, okay? Square, square, 4. Square, 4. Pentagon, 5. Pentagon, 5. Regular pentagon. Remember pentagon? Pentagon is a polygon has 5 sides. Pentagon, okay, is a polygon has 5 sides. Pentagon, 5. Okay, hexagon, 6. Number of line of symmetry is 6. Again, from the beginning, to keep these shapes, scalene, parallelogram, trapezium, 0. Any isosceles 1. Any R2. Equilateral 3. Square, 4. Pentagon, 5. Hexagon, 6. Okay, try to repeat this song to keep these shapes very, very well. Because all questions comes from this shape. Letter A, the isosceles triangle has any isosceles? Excellent one. Okay, the equilateral triangle has equilateral 3. Excellent. Isosceles trapezium, any isosceles 1. The square, 4. The rectangle, any R2. Rhombus, any R2. Regular pentagon, 5. Hexagon, 6. Diagonal divide in rectangle, divided it into 2. Congruent triangle. But the diagonal is not considered the line of symmetry. Okay, line is, but it isn't line of symmetry or symmetry line. Okay. Again, the scalene triangle has, yes, scalene trapezium parallelogram 0. Scalene parallelogram trapezium 0. Parallelogram 0. Okay. Which this figure has greater than line of symmetry? Square or equilateral triangle or rectangle? Excellent. Equilateral triangle 3. Rectangle 2. In R2. Square 4. يبقى the square has the greater than of line of symmetry. Okay, this figure, what is this figure? Excellent. Pentagon has 5 line of symmetry. Okay, more than or less than or equal. Number of line of symmetry in the square? Square 4. Number of line of symmetry of rectangle in R2 يبقى more than. Line of symmetry of the square 4. Rhombus 2 يبقى more than. Okay, that's the last lesson is a pattern. Pattern, repeat after me, visual patterns. Like grade 3, remember, this is easy pattern. It is a game, okay? A big square and small rectangle, big square, small rectangle, and this is turned off. Yes, a square. Okay, these circles, this, okay, the number B, our letter B, 2 squares, triangle, 2 squares, triangle, and the turn off, 2 squares, excellent. And this circle, circle and close circle, circle and close circle and open circle, okay, and 4 circles, what is this turn? Excellent, circle, and after that circle and close circle, and so on. Okay, square, triangle, square, 2 triangles, square, 3 triangles, square, 4 triangles. Okay, this is decimal numbers. Pattern in decimal numbers. 17.1, 17.2, 17.3, yes, 17.4, 17.5, 13.6 and so on. 13.2, 13.4, 13.6, 13.8 and 14, 14.2 and so on. 14.4, 16.4, 16.8, 17.2. Jump how many? Excellent. 4.4, 0.4. Okay, 17.6. 18. 18.4 and so on. 10 less to 9.6 less to 9.2 less to 8.8. Excellent. Less to 8.4 less to 8. Okay, that's it. I hope you understand. Thank you very, very much. I hope you practice more and more, and see you later, inshallah.